I do what's in front of me, and
Nice.
I try to do it as well as I can, and dang if it doesn't take me to the next thing I should do.
Longtime Nashvilleian, television host, radio host, Gary Chapman on the Second Cup of Joe. And John.
Real deal. Real deal.
What
Real
are you-
deal, John. We're talking
What are you,
about
Italian? Can you talk without your hands? Oh, we're on video now. Go ahead.
Real deal at Two Rivers Ford is you can hear the interesting dichotomy of folks when they want to go buy a car. They see a price, but then they get there and there's add-ons, there's this and that. The great thing about family-run, family-owned Two Rivers Ford since the early 80s is the price that's on the windshield, the price that's on the website. That's exactly what it is, John.
That's it. Yeah.
You just go in there and that's it.
I do think that.
Is it that easy for us to do this now? It's just that easy. The price on the car is it, the real deal.
They don't mess around. And there are some dealers that are playing some shenanigans. And what, dichotomy? What? I don't even know. Joe, that's a
dichotomy, John.
4-syllable
If
word.
you
We're not good enough for that.
If you spell it, I'll give you a $100 bill.
That's not going to happen. But I'm going to give you this. It's Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
It's the
Joe and
second
John
cup
have
of
come
Joe.
to
And
the Fork
John
in the Road with Joe Elvis and John Dwyer.
Nothing but professionals.
Joe! How did I hit two singers? I'm lucky if I hit one.
You're you.
Oh,
that
my
was good.
God.
That
We've
was-
been doing this 90, almost 100 episodes.
And we have a 100,
Why am I over here?
We have a 100-year professional in the room with us. That's oh boy, that was good. Well, good to see you again, John.
Yeah, good to see you.
I thought you loosened up maybe a little today, and we're ready to go. Listen, when you're driving around, you know you're CEO for Jobs for America's graduates.
Mm-hmm.
Huge career and at News 2 prior to that.
All the recruiters, the headhunters come. I said
And
no.
so maybe there's some recognition going on with any of us in this room of what do you what's your response when people say, what do you do?
I was in West Tennessee in a Hampton Inn in the elevator. This is Dyersburg, and a woman said, "You look familiar."
Steve Kerr.
I got Steve Kerr twice on this trip, by the way. I did. We're not. I know we haven't talked about this. I basically say, "Well, that's wonderful. You know, it's been a long time. Haven't been on, and it was a really good run. Thanks for remembering." Because I usually tell people, I'll go, "Yeah, I sold you furniture at Rooms to Go," and they'll go, "Yeah, that's it." And then I'll go, "That's not it." What do you do?
Well,
Kiss your biceps. What do you do?
no, yeah. And I don't know. You know, it depends if people want to talk radio or TV or flying. People want to talk flying.
So you
We
have
in
you think of
common with our
responses?
guest.
Yeah.
It's just tough to be us in this room, especially our guest and myself.
Have you ever
You-
been? Yeah.
You,
What are you doing?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Should we just go? What's your
no.
response? You just, it depends on which hat you're wearing because you were a pilot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. And it depends what people want to talk about. Oftentimes, it's just a generic question. Like, what do you do? Like, isn't the weather great? And so I don't know. I tend to not want to talk about what we do, which is what people want to talk about a lot: music business, broadcasting, television, and such. But I don't really have a good ending to this story, except
No, you
I often
really
go,
don't.
What do you do? What do you do? I try to play off of them and then find interest in their life and their stories. So.
And that's 2 minutes of your life you're never going to get back.
Oh,
All right,
come on
move
now.
Hey, we know people.
Let's take a spin through Joe and John's Rolodex.
Joe, it stops on the letter C.
Yeah.
Singer-songwriter, longtime Nashvilleian, award winner, television host, radio host, all that stuff. Gary Chapman on the Second Cup of Joe. And John.
And what do you do?
What do you do, Gary, when
Gary,
people
what do you
say,
do?
you look a lot like...
I've seen you, and you do. What do you do?
Right now, I'm just wondering if that C note is still available for DICHOTOMY.
Oh,
Boom! That's literally a mic drop.
And that was actually the answer to your question. I do what's in front of me, and I try to do it as well as I can. And dang if it doesn't take me to the next thing I should do.
there you go. A true professional. Excellent answer. And
it's actually true. Yeah.
I think that's the speed of our life is that because I think all of us were probably caught up. Gary Chapman, a #1 songwriter, a Dove Performer of the Year, a Writer of the Year, a great successful career. I thought your strength was on the Nashville network when you hosted the Prime Country.
That's the best job I ever lost right there.
Oh, you were good at that.
Yep.
That was a natural for you. So you're in the public spotlight and stuff, so people want to talk to you about that. But that was the answer. You just focus on what's ahead of you and try to do it the best you can.
I moved here when I was 19. Next year will be 50 years for me, which is bizarre.
Yeah.
That's bizarre to me to think about that. I'm 68 with a 12-year-old. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Oh, boy.
I'm stealing that line because
It's the truth.
It's your next song.
No, but I swear I'm 12 on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went back for my 50th high school reunion 2 weekends ago.
And that was in Oklahoma.
I was in Texas. I was born in Oklahoma.
Okay.
12 miles from Texas. I was clinging to the uterine wall. Mama, you can make it. You can make it. And she did not. So I was born 12 miles from Texas. Moved there, though, when I just turned 7. So that's home. That's home for me.
The Red River Valley is home.
Yep.
And then the music business brought you to Tennessee.
It did. It literally did. I was going to Bible college, which was the only college my parents would pay for, in Waxahachie, Texas, Southwestern Assemblies of God Bible College. Okay, I just saw what flashed in front of you. Yes, it's all true.
Was there a snake?
There was lots of snakes, a lot of extremely pent-up women. So, yeah, it was a great place to go to school. No, seriously.
Right. No,
Looking back on it, I don't know who the genius was that said, okay, let's put this school together. And it's going to be attended by 85%, give or take, preachers' kids, all of who lived their lives in varying degrees of repression. And then the rest, worse, missionary kids. It was the wildest time in my life. Somebody said, the first time any of them leave home, any of them get out from under the thumb, let's put them all together and see what happens. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I left Bible college because, honestly, I was about to get kicked out. I got into a degree of trouble, but the big kicker, I got into a fight with the Bible professor about whether or not the wine that Jesus created at the marriage of Cana contained alcohol or not.
Oh.
It just didn't logically make any sense to me that, those weddings lasted for like a week or whatever, and they're days into it, and they've drank all the wine, and he goes, well, fill up those 12 jars, and suddenly everybody says, well, this is the best stuff we've had. You normally do this at the beginning, and you give us the crap at the end. He extended the party and improved it in quality. That's what he did, and you can't make it make sense otherwise. But she dug her heels in. So I wind up in the dean's office pleading my case, and who's he going to side with, right? So anyway, I was about to go, but I had a buddy, a drummer friend of mine, and he heard that there was this band passing through Dallas, and they were looking for a drummer, and they were going to do auditions, but he didn't have a car. I did. I said, yeah, man, I'll take you. So we go up there. We get there, find out they're actually looking for a drummer and a guitar player. We both, I always had my stuff. So we both auditioned. I got the job and he didn't.
Oh.
Awkward moment.
Yeah.
But
how was that drive home?
That was it. It was, it almost wasn't. They were like, hey, just get on the bus. And I said, yeah, no, I have a car right there and I have clothes. So, but I showed up a week later, give or take.
Nice. And Nashville, you came, I mentioned earlier, your first #1 was with T.G. Shepherd. Was Christian contemporary music the ride you wrote Amy, one of Amy Grant's?
Yeah, that was
her
actually
first album.
The actual
what was the timeline for you?
First overall #1 song was that song, Father's Eyes, which was kind of her first thing.
That was her first big record?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who comes to Nashville and how does that happen that quickly? Didn't you bisque or bask or what do you call it when you're busking?
Here's what I did. I took that job and I was there for 3 months. It was a short stay because the first gig I had. I mean, I had a week to woodshed the material, and I worked hard so that I could, show up and do a good job. And I felt like I did. I'm getting on the bus after the first gig, and as I'm stepping up into the wheel well, I hear the unmistakable sound of some drunk guy beating on his wife in the front room. Back in those days, buses now, they always have a center aisle. Used to be they were on the side, and the rooms were like off to the side as you go down. And the Star always had the first one because it rides better. It's in the middle of the pivot point of the bus as you're going down the road. And it was the boss, and he was drunk. And I'm looking at the guy that's driving the bus, which was also the keyboard player. And I said, man, what are we going to do here? And he said, don't do anything. I said, no, that's not the way it works. I did not grow up like that. And this guy was big. He was like 6'5", big guy. I said, I don't really have any options here. I'm going to lose, but we have to get in there. We have to. He said, just give it a couple of minutes. And sure enough, it died down. But that continued, not every night, but regularly enough that when my dad came to visit 3 months later, we were playing Massey Auditorium, the old Belmont place.
Yeah.
And he drove up to check on me. And we did the show, and we're walking around the campus just catching up. And he was always amazing man, just incredible. No issues whatsoever. My dad, my gosh, he's the best man I'd ever know. Died in my house.
Common sense would tell you not to look to Joe and John for this, but time for
that
life
couldn't have
lessons
been
from Joe and John.
more poorly timed. That couldn't possibly have been
I was
more poorly timed.
thinking about this is a great way to play that because we're going to talk about your father, and then
Who passed away
you gave
in
me
his
that
house.
pregnant pause.
Passed away in his.
Speaking of, I feel more awkward than the guy that didn't get the job, and you did.
Yeah,
I feel
that's okay. It's
that
okay.
awkward right now.
No, I kind of needed to be stopped because.
No, you didn't. You just
I've
switched
been
a good
here
part.
50 years. I can talk for about 49.
No.
So no, it's cool.
Well, keep going with your father.
we'll
Your
finish
father
that.
moved in with you.
No, well, that's later.
Okay.
On that campus that night, we're walking around, and he asked me, so how's it going? And I lied. I said, it's great. We're doing great. And he knew me too well. Yeah. He said, no, how's it going? And I just lost it. I'm serious. I was just like, I totally broke down and told him everything. He said, well, you know what you have to do? And I said, yeah, I think so. He said, you've either got to quit that job or you got to whip that guy's ass. And I saw him. You probably ought to quit that job. So I did. Went back to Texas. That was basically during the summer in between the semesters of Bible college. I was going to give it one more try. He thought he could work things out for me at the school. And we had played 3 gigs with the Rambos. Remember Dottie Rambo? And their band was just amazing, skin tight, crazy good band. And the guy that was the band leader called me when I got back to Texas. I was ready to go back to school. He says, "Man, we need a guitar player." Brent Rowan, who went on to become a giant, country producer. He's gonna quit and run work sessions. And how quick can you get here? And I was there for a year and a half. And Dottie took me under her wing, taught me how to write songs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When you it's life, there's so many. We'll talk about forks in the road, and we all have scars and so forth. But I'm going to steal something that we usually use in a segment called Rapid Fire, which is nothing close to rapid fire questions. What would you tell your 18-year-old self now? If you could rewind, you can't, and we all have that. But I'm just wondering, because it started, it went well, and you've made a heck of a career here.
Honest to goodness, I swear I would look me in the eyes and say, man, I got some stuff to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you a dang thing because you need to just roll with it. Yeah. You need to just live it. It's so much fun. You're going to meet so many incredible people. Oh, wait, I've already said too much. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say anymore. Have a good time. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I'd say nothing.
Gary, the contemporary Christian music is where you started, where you lived for a while. Then I guess the secular came into your life. And so do writers want to stay? I don't know that much about the contemporary Christian music. I can listen to it for a little bit, then I kind of got to go away for it. I've grown up in the church. I love the church choirs and such, but for some reason as a pop song, I don't get it as much unless it's like a Mumford and Son song that's, something like that. Where were you in that transition? You won Dove Awards, multiple Dove Awards.
Right.
And did you just did your writing just take you on to other levels, or do you not think about it at all, or was it personal to you?
All three of those are correct, actually. But my mom stood me up on a piano bench when I was 3 years old, and together we sang a song called "Inside the Gate." I still remember it. And after we were done, after the service was over, this old guy in the church came up to me and he said, "Son, you did a great job." And he wanted me to shake his hand. He did a great job. And he opened up my hand and he put a shiny buffalo nickel in my hand. And honest to goodness, I never looked back. I was like, wow, that works. Good grief. So I kept doing that. I had bands in high school. We'd sneak off and play the neighboring town's dances because Lord knows I couldn't do it in my hometown because that's evil.
Right.
Like watching television. Good Lord. But, that's just kind of all I ever did. But because I grew up in church, lots and lots of heritage there, just the full circle on my dad involves the music thing. It's been an amazing journey. But once I got to Nashville, I pretty much did whatever got in the way. I really did. I figured out quickly that the more things I claimed to be able to do, the more often I would get paid and eat. So if it was a mandolin gig, having never played one, I would say, what time, and just find one and make it happen. I can get by and then fall in love with the instrument, and I did that a lot. I did.
One of the first celebrities I met when I moved to Nashville in 1996 was you. You won't remember this, but it was Planet Hollywood, a Oscar watch party.
I do remember that
put together
night.
by Kim Detweiler, who was a PR person.
Guest on this show.
And put me, my first wife, 1.0,
right.
Put me with you and Amy.
We all have numbers, don't
you guys.
Yes, we do. It was, and I sat with you and Amy, and I thought it was kind of cool.
I actually remember that night. I do. I don't remember you at all.
No,
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. Yes. I do. I actually do.
We don't either.
No, you were kind of a star at the time. I was paying attention.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You were kind. And then with TNN and the prime time, that was a really cool show. And I know you say that's the best job you lost.
It was amazing.
But it was really good. And I guess this is a good segue to bring in our producer, Chase Akers.
We should.
Which is a reunion here. He geeked out when I said that you were actually going to come here. So what's the tie-in with Chase?
We have a rich history. One of my, I'm not even going to say one. I will look his son in the eye and say, my favorite guy that I ever worked with in this town in these 50 years is your father. Tim Akers was, I say was because he's with Jesus now. I cannot wait to see him again. But he was a crazy player. Good Lord. I don't know if you ever, just go find some of go on YouTube and go look at Tim Akers in the smoking section and just start drooling. Just so good. The arrangements, the musicianship, the passion, the way he could put a band together. He was just great. He was my band music director, whatever you want to call it, on the road for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
At the Ryman, we did 6 years of shows at the Ryman Auditorium with a series that we did called Sam's Place. He was the music director for the TNN show. I didn't want to go play anywhere if Tim couldn't be there.
Yeah.
I didn't. And we stayed close. We just stayed close. And he was very funny, super dry. There's no way you're going to get anything by him.
And he always looked good. He had great hair. He always dressed nice. In high school, Tim and I went to Hendersonville High School together.
It's amazing.
We were in the marching band together. I was playing the snare, and Tim was playing trumpet. And then he would go over to the keyboard, like you said, and do the absolute best Michael McDonald.
Oh, yeah.
Taking it to the streets. He'd whip out a Steely Dan song, and this is in high school,
Oh, yeah.
where every kid's just trying to play a song, and he had a full entourage of stuff. I mean, the talent was God-gifted for certain.
Yeah.
For Chase Akers, son extraordinaire, right here.
Yeah.
And now getting drugged down onto the level of a second cup of Joe.
And John. Yeah, as we go before we go on to next, we can talk about this. The funeral was a comedic.
It was
type.
amazing.
It was unlike anything you'd ever. Right?
It was, well, yeah. I mean, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, and I was so glad it did. And nobody screwed it up trying to make it sad. Right. It was sad that he's gone. That's it.
He'd want it.
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you kidding?
Yeah.
He would be.
He enjoyed it.
Furious.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he had a good seat.
Yeah.
And and he would be furious. He would
Box
just
seat.
be like, "What? Funny? That's funny. A box seat. That's good."
All right, here we go.
Rapid fire, rapid. Pew, 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 pew.
Total man crush going on. Right here. I have new questions for rapid fire, Joe. You're gonna like them. But you go ahead first.
Is
Gary,
this something you guys do with each other, or am I included?
You're in it.
We'll keep your mic up.
Rapid fire questions. We ask. You can just shoot out the thing. What? Lots going on. We've talked about what gets your temper going. You just drove here in Nashville
peeve.
traffic.
Traffic, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. I am pretty upset with the city of Nashville overall, period. I mean, good grief. We got to watch Atlanta screw itself, and then we screwed ourselves. We had a long runway to avoid what we have created. That's really maddening to me. That coupled with what happens down on Lower Broad now, and I know what's happening because when I come to town, it's for something that I care about, and I'm looking at you guys when I say it. Or most of the time, it's some fundraiser for usually Veterans Affairs because that's really carved out a place in my heart over my life. And without fail, I will drive down, and they're always on some bar on Lower Broad. I'll drive down, find some parking place much further away than I want it to be, pay $50 for 2 hours of bad parking, and then I make it a mission to walk straight to the gig and do my dead level best to find one person that's genuinely joyful. And I fail every time. They're all just looking for the next, okay, no, we got to go there. And everybody's just so self-focused and so completely out of their minds, drunk or trying to be desperately. And it just makes me mad. It makes me sad. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't come to Nashville unless I have to.
This segment brought to you by the Nashville Chamber of
There
Commerce.
you go. Bring it.
Said nobody.
I'd love to talk to them. Come on.
No. So we're even more flattered that you fought to come up here from northern Alabama or wherever you live.
That's exactly where it is.
That's
Pretty
the
much, yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really screwed up. I was halfway here and I went, good Lord, dude. I'd had a gig yesterday and I took my weapon was in my guitar, in my gig bag. And I drove to East Nashville without a gun. That's just totally stupid.
You know what it is here.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is friendly 37206.
Well, I thought you were telling me not to talk about it. You're saying don't do it. Yeah. I know to not do it.
All right, rapid fire. Answer this. Wi-Fi is short for what 2 words?
That's a very good question. I don't know that I care enough to think about it, but I
wouldn't
will.
either.
But I will. Wi-Fi, wireless.
You're so close. You're so close. Fidelity.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Well, I'm all about fidelity.
I liked.
Next quick question.
Oh, boy.
1.0. What? Oh, go ahead.
Dichotomy.
I'm sorry.
Gary,
I got no room. Go ahead.
What is something everybody in your industry should either stop or start doing?
AI.
Oh, good one. We
Stop
haven't
it.
had that one come up. That's
Stop
a good
it.
one.
Just stop
Boy,
it.
it's getting tough.
It's not. It's not tough. Dang it. I get so tired of people.
Do the
going,
work.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Have you heard the last? I have yet to hear an AI song or watch an AI movie that I did not immediately go, oh, that's AI.
Yep.
There's something in the human soul.
AR radar is pretty good.
Maybe mine's tuned more because I've just been in content my whole life.
Right.
But I don't think that's it. I think there's something in every human soul that resonates with humanity. And when you smell something that's not of you, it doesn't really hit your heart. You might tap your foot to it, but I'm not threatened by AI ever. No. Not a chance.
It's a little bit of a phase.
Don't overthink this. One of your favorite photographs. What comes to mind? Could be a family photo. Could be.
It is. It's a family photo. I could show it to you quickly. It's on my favorites. I have a picture of my mother and dad. It's. I'm sure it was black and white, but it's brown and white. My mom was 14 when they married. She was a Carney kid. Grew up.
What's that
living
mean?
in Carnival. Her family traveled.
Oh my
Carnival.
goodness. Okay, yeah.
And hopelessly horrible alcoholic parents. Lived in cars, danced on tables for dimes, most definitely abused in every imaginable way. So when she found my dad, she said, yeah, I'm out of here. So she turned 15 2 weeks after they got married. Back then, that really wasn't that big a deal, quite frankly. Now you go to jail. What are you going to do? But but I've got a picture of the two of them sitting on the front steps of this old, I'm sure they loved it, but just probably their first house. And they're so stinking in love. They are so happy. It's perfect.
Very nice. And a final question, we'll end on that with best tip for being a parent.
Try to shut up.
The old God gave you 2 ears and one mouth.
Absolutely. No, the things that you're wanting to tell them, they will, most of the time, they'll find them quickly. And then you can just reinforce it. So you're not forcing it on them. You're saying, you know what, you're right. I have a son who's 38. He's brilliant. I love him so much. And we had a talk last night that was exactly that. He called to tell me something that was going on, and I had something I wanted to say, and I didn't say it. And he got to it, and he said it. And I said, yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You just listened,
right.
and you shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, don't shut up. We still have a little
Sorry.
Phil. Yeah. Joe, I don't like things that are faux, like faux pas, faux like. By the way, how do you even spell? I don't even know how to spell that.
Is that F-A-U-X? I couldn't spell dichotomy, but F-A.
Yeah, it just means fake. And honesty means everything to Two Rivers Ford. And what do you mean by that? At Two Rivers Ford, the best price clearly marked on their website, window sticker right there. You don't need to fill out a form. You don't need to do anything. Honesty is always the best policy at Two Rivers Ford. That's why they are the South's most trusted Ford dealer. And for the best price on a real deal, it's in Mount Juliet. Visit them online, tworiversford.com, or you can call their non-commissioned real sales team, toll-free 800-900-1000. That's the best ever 800 number ever. 800-900-1000.
And when you get that car, that after service, like I think you just talked to August Wiles, and I believe you have somebody visiting you tomorrow, perhaps.
Yeah, mobile oil change. I don't even have to leave my driveway.
I thought it was just me at first.
I'm just being lazy.
They come to my house, or they'll pick my car up and take it there. TwoRiversFord.com. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Joe and John have come to the fork in the road.
Gary, John alluded to it, talked about it earlier. Let's focus on that TV era. The Nashville Network came out, and I don't know enough about it. I'd like just to hear you talk about how did you get involved with that? So you're a performer. Being on TV was kind of every radio guy wants to be on TV, and every TV guy wants to be on radio. Every actor wants to be a musician. Every musician wants to be an actor. Right. So now you're going to dip into television. How did that all come together, and how did that get to be such a great job for you?
I spent the first 20 years or so dealing with people's ears, right? I want to make what comes in there make you smile or dance or cry or whatever, but dealing with people's ears. And the aforementioned Ryman show,
Sam's Place,
a it was just so much fun.
That was great.
They let me do anything I wanted to do.
Explain that real quick. That was a series of shows, and you had all kinds of great people that would come and perform with you.
We did, and it was they screwed up and said I could do anything I wanted. So I got Tim to put together a crazy good band. We basically just let people know, because no church has church on Sunday nights anymore, right? And we just let everybody know, hey, we're going to kind of have church, but we're going to laugh a lot. And it worked big time. And there were no rules. There really weren't. If a lot of times the churches would sit together, there'd be a bunch of them here and a bunch of them there, and you can kind of get the Methodists and the Baptists fighting each other, and it was fun. And the one that could either cheer the loudest or whatever the competition was, I have teed up a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts on the floor of the Ryman and pulled out a pitching wedge and launched them into the balcony.
54 angle or 60, 60?
Sandwich for Gary.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you were on, the stage right side, you're going to get them, because I've got pretty bad slides.
Just a push.
You did so that, and I remember coming to town, and that was you were good at it, you were funny, you were quick, it was the right thing. So I'm going to pick at a scab. What happened?
What happened was Gaylord. Are they still a thing? I know they have a hotel, but I don't know. Are they still owned by themselves?
They're not a sponsor, so
okay, there
go
you
ahead.
In their infinite wisdom, they decided that we weren't making enough money, despite the fact that we kind of packed it out pretty much every time. But for whatever reason, I think it was they had just gotten acquired by maybe some investment company or something. I forget. I don't care.
Dude, I worked at a TV station that was owned, that went bankrupt, stripped $600 million,
right,
and claimed that they are the most solvent company because they literally effed over their employees. And,
exactly.
And so I've trust.
You've been there.
It's toxic. It's just crazy.
But what it did when that happened, despite the fact that I was you seem fine. You really do.
Doesn't talk about it ever.
No.
Today.
So we. No, but during that time, there were enough people that came and saw it and enjoyed it, and we did some of it. We would do a Christmas special, and I've always been at home in front of a camera because I just decided the best thing I could do was sort of not care in a really healthy way, and that works for me, and I'm still that, obviously, but there were enough people that saw that when the opening happened, when I guess it was forever the domain of the king of country television, Ralph Emery, and then he moved along, and they had Lorianne and Charlie for a year and a half, and that didn't really do extremely well. Mm-hmm. So they started trying different people, and my my manager or my booking agent at the time, can't remember. One of them said, no, I do know who it was. It was Greg Oswald. He was my agent at William Morris. And he said, man, you should go out there and try that. I think you'll be good at this. I was like, dude, I've never done this. I don't have a clue. He said, that's
why you'll be good at it.
That's why you'll be good at it. You just try. Just try. And it was like breathing for me.
Yeah.
Those clips are all over YouTube.
Yeah. And look them up, by the way.
Oh, I see one of them now and then. Somebody will send it to me. I'm like, good Lord, you were good at that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying. But the stories we can't go down the road of stories from that thing. I did over 800 shows. Every one of them had something in it that was amazing, either a great performance or just a crazy off-the-cuff comedic thing that occurred, or the wheels come off. A monkey can do that.
What do you mean?
We know all about that.
That never happens.
A monkey can do it if things work. You got a teleprompter, you got all the thing, you got all these people helping you, you got cards, you got all the stuff. But when everything starts falling apart, it got fun for me.
It's the best.
I love it. I love it.
I love the fact, life lesson, that you went into it because you didn't have like, this is going to be make or break. You didn't care. But what I also love, Joe, do you ever, there's a few things I'm like, you know what, that holds up. Mm-hmm. And I bet you watch that and go,
I do.
And I kind of, if I have anything to be, I kind of watch, there's a few Monday Night Live shows out there and all that. And I'm like, that whole, Joe, do you listen to any of your 105.9 air checks or anything and just go and just?
I think, as Gary said, it's in the moment. It's what is in front of you.
Right.
And we were all trying to hit home runs all the time, so we didn't probably know what we were doing. We just keep throwing it. Then when you look back at it, you went, man, we really were pretty good at that, just like a team or anything. So, but, that was
look at us now.
Even better now. What button are you going to push now?
I don't know. Let's try this.
Let's go.
Let's dance.
You gotta wear shit.
Look at this. Back to I want to.
Future is bright.
I want to throw it to the aviation side. Your great brother Keith Chapman,
yes,
DPE gave me. I took several check rides with Keith. Fantastic guy, longtime Southwest captain, retired. And what he does is he gives check rides to pilots, which is a great living for what they charge you.
He's doing well.
And so you've been flying helicopters. How did you get, after all that we've been talking about, where did the aviation side of you come out?
Okay, I don't know what my dad was thinking. Small town preacher, middle of nowhere, Texas. He decided to get an airplane. I knew that my brother's 6 years older than I am, and he could still whip my ass. He can. He's awesome. He lives less than a mile from me. We're as close as brothers can get. So I always looked up to him. He got his pilot's license the day he turned 16, like most kids get their driver's license.
Yep, that's the legal way.
And I soloed when I was 12. Accidentally.
An airplane.
Accidentally.
Do you remember, what was it, like a Cessna?
It was an Aranca Defender, 1941 Aranca Defender. They used them as spotter planes in World War II. It still had the Army instruments in it, which was so cool. But it was my babysitter. If my dad had like hospital or rest home visitation or something, they would take me to the little airport, which was nothing unless it was crop dusting season. Every now and then, every few days a plane would come and go. But we had that little thing parked out there. When I was, this freaks me out to think about, when I was 12 years old.
You shouldn't be here.
Wait for it. There's no electrical system on an old plane like that. It's an old tail dragger. And I was taught how to, check it out, pre-flight it, let's get ready, switch on, go out there. And you had to hand prop the thing, pull it through a few times to make the cylinders happy. I'm out there, and I was a little kid. I was a little guy, for my age. I'm out there propping that plane by myself, and sure enough, it coughs to life, and then you got to run and get in it because it wants to leave without you. So I could just taxi it around, right? And I loved it. I felt so in control, and I was having so much fun. And then I graduated to being able to take it up and down the runway. It's like 1,200 feet, but just, kind of go down there and turn around and come out just to get used to. Because a tail dragger, it's no fun unless you're on the ground, because that's when the joy begins, because the tail's trying to get there before you do. Right. So I graduated to being able to get up enough speed to lift the tail up, kind of see what that felt like. And then I would set it back down, turn around, come back down to the. I did that I had been doing it for a few months, and I got cocky, I guess, or ambushed, because I was just running down the runway, tail up, ready to rock. And I was about 100 yards from the end. I should set I was just about to set the tail down, and this shocker out of the blue, unseen gust of Texas wind, and I was 50 feet in the air like that, and no runway. And I had landed it before, because just flying with my brother, I knew what I was doing.
Now you're flying.
But it's a different experience. Yep. It's a different experience when there's nobody there with you. And I thought, okay, I can do this. And I took it around the pattern, set it up, landed it fine. I didn't tell a soul. I didn't tell my brother. I tell him everything. I didn't tell my dad this until I was 20 years old. I was afraid he'd make me stop.
Right.
Yeah. That's your first fork in the road. Yeah. That is,
fixed wing guy for my whole life, God. Right?
Yeah.
Had a bunch of different airplanes, had an airstrip out at Riverstone Farm where I lived for, 15 years or whatever. Great spot.
It's off Moran.
Yep. One day, my brother, just out of the blue, said, "You know what? Every time I see a helicopter fly over, I think, what if we're wrong?" Because most fixed wing guys have a sincere mistrust of rotorcraft. Like maybe they're demonic. They're trying to tear themselves apart at all times, right?
They're evil.
Exactly. He said, if we're wrong, we're missing something really, really cool. And we agreed to both start taking lessons the next day, and that if either one of us had that word I can't say moment, we would honor the other one's experience and go, okay, that's why we don't do this. These things will kill you, right?
Right.
I got my license in a month. I bought the Jet Ranger that I learned in, and I just didn't look back.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You're still flying now?
I can't afford it today.
That's funny.
But
Not funny.
the good news is my brother is a part of a company out at Tune. They've got lots of helicopters, so I still get my jollies. He'll let me touch one now and then.
That's great. Yeah, I did. I went from being paid to fly to where now it costs me to fly. I just don't do it anymore.
Right.
And you got to stay current. You got to do it a lot.
Yep.
And so to be good,
especially
to be
helicopters.
Yes, I can only imagine.
It's basically a pedal steel that can kill you.
See, that's a great
It
analogy.
It's both feet, both hands, big part of your brain. It's the same rub your tummy, pat your head thing. Yeah. My instructor at the time, he was a crotchety old fabulous guy, did 3 tours in Vietnam. He only had to do 1. That's a long story. He told me why he did 3. The punchline is they pissed me off. So
I'll show them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He got shot twice in the butt. That's how helicopters pilot gets shot in the butt. Anyway, I just loved it so much. I was going somewhere else. Hang on. No, I'm not getting old. I was like this when I was 20. Every time I have one of these moments, I think, okay, that's it. I'm starting to go crazy. I was like this decades ago. So helicopters. Where was I?
You were saying you flew with the old crotchety guy, and that's where it turned into you got shot. He got shot in the butt.
Yes.
And now to you?
That didn't help at all. You didn't help me at all. I said that
I cannot put it on a platter any more silver than that, and yet we did that. Yeah. What are you doing now? What's what's going on? Because you and I, social media, we do the Book of Faces,
right?
And
so
I keep up with you, and you're active there. So
I have recently being the last 6 months or so, I have fallen in love with a venue. The Mule House down in Columbia.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a longer story than you have time for, but I know I'm supposed to be there. It was a church, and
is it just off the square? Or
it's about a block and a half off the square. Yeah.
Okay.
Describe it.
It's shockingly beautiful. It's a baby Ryman. First time I walked into it, I was, good grief, it's a baby Ryman. It's stunningly beautiful place, and it sounds better than the Ryman, like by a lot. The people that bought it back in 2014 or whatever it was, they spent 10 or 12 million in those dollars making it perfect. And it's all, you'll get this, it's all clear audio, it's all black magic. It's really ready to be a crown jewel of not just that town, but music.
People are playing there?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I'm doing a regular songwriter show there. It's usually me and Larry Gatlin and whoever else we can beg. And we have so much fun. It's really good. But I'm there a lot. The thing that takes most of my time, I'll be as short as I can here. So my dad was the preacher, right? Assembly of God Church, which means a lot of different things depending on that particular congregation. We were basically Baptist with an attitude. But, it wasn't like it happened a lot, but every now and then there'd be, some kind of dark spiritual, kind of demonic thing. Somebody was just kind of wigging out. And I remember as a kid, I just wanted to be somewhere else. I want out. I'm going to find the back door. I don't like this. Fast forward to today. Actually, last night, I'm a part of a deliverance team. It's an amazing, there's 6 of us, and we've done this together for so long, and we're all trying so hard to hear the Holy Spirit that the score remains at this point in my deliverance career. Satan 0, Jesus always. And I watch people come in the door clearly disturbed, some just sad, some violent, suicidal. And I see them during the course of the process transform before my eyes and walk out new and different and free. And there's nothing like it. There's nothing we do it a lot of times on Tuesday nights. We just kind of schedule it and everybody kind of blocks that night off. On Tuesdays that I know we have a deliverance that night, I wake up like an 8-year-old kid at Christmas. I'm so fired up. I can't stand it. There's nothing like getting in a fight you know you're going to win. And it's amazing. It's amazing. And that part of my life is the most rewarding thing I've ever done, without question. The music side is still so important to me. I'm writing more and better than I ever have. I learned early on to be objective about my own stuff, so I'm not delusional about those things. I know a good song. I wake up in the middle of the night with regularity, and I pick up my phone and I speak an entire lyric into my phone, and I put it down and go back to sleep. I wake up the next morning and walk in and pick up my guitar and play it top to bottom. I'm not working on writing songs anymore. I'm just waiting on them. And it's amazing. Those songs, they're amazing. They're amazing. There are things that I can't do. I've tried really hard to be a good songwriter. I'm not that good. I'm not.
Well, it's coming through you at the through just the blessing of feel. You know, There's no pressure.
Yep.
There's no label. You're enjoying life. Mm-hmm. It's your true spirit coming out every time you probably turn that phone on and press record.
Oh, it's awesome.
Every time you go to your Tuesday night gatherings,
mm-hmm.
every time you're on stage down at the Mule,
yep,
it's just your true spirit coming out. So that's a great stage of life.
It's an amazing
Congratulations.
I'm a little bummed that I took this long to get here, but I don't think about that. There's no upside to being there.
We all find that spot, hopefully sometime.
Well, honestly, I'll come back and we'll talk about my dad's process. But my dad's death literally became the fulcrum point of my life. I've always kind of been not that careful about what people thought of me, which is free. It's free. It's the way that I think we're all supposed to live. But the older you get, you just kind of do it naturally, right? It's why old guys wear black socks at the beach. They don't care.
They don't give a damn.
They don't care.
Velcro shoes.
So my dad was always that way too, but as he came toward the unavoidable end of the road, it just was so inspiring to see how little he cared in a good way. He wasn't like, oh, I'm out of here. No, he wanted to squeeze every moment, but he didn't care which one was the last one.
I think we all have reached we're all in the same generation. I feel the same way. I feel I'm as comfortable in my skin as I ever have been. And I don't know how to explain that, but I feel, and Joe, we're all kind of searching the comeback. We love to highlight the comeback on this in a lot. And so what a story you have, and I know we could go on. You're such a dear heart to come up here, man.
No, I
really
love
appreciate
it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gary, may God bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you. Your best days are ahead of you.
Thank you.
Very grateful to have you here.
Thanks for being on the Second Cup of Joe. And John.
Thanks, Chase.
It's the Second Cup of Joe and John as their guests expound on any and all topics within the realm of decency. Want to be a sponsor? Let a TV and radio guy help build your business. Email the show, secondcupofjoeandjohn@gmail.com. Now, hold on tight and grab another Second Cup of Joe and John.